space. The final frontier. These are the voyages of the Starship Resurgence. Our mission? To explore strange new ideas. To seek out new ethos, new inspirations. To boldly look within for the betterment of all.
Captain's log. Stardate 85483.4. The Emperor's purge order is keeping all the ships in the sector working without rest. My crew's strong enough to handle it. At least I hope they are. Anyone who isn't will be both killed or sold on the interspecies slave market to be toughened up. I've very reluctantly sent some of my crew to the surface of Juliet 4 to find the colony of dirty wretches who refuse to bow. Since I'm not allowed to go myself, damn doctor wouldn't clear me for this away mission. Somehow, I think he gets off keeping me caged up on the ship. The scum who are captured here will be killed, tagged, and sent to the Emperor for their collection. If any of my team fails, I may just have to send them along to the Emperor's extra gifts.
They're gone.
Patux! How did they outnumber and outfight us? Our intelligence said they were just a small unit of rebels who had nothing.
Idiots. Did you not remember that the captain warned us ahead of time to be extra prepared for this mission, because rogue rebel groups are unpredictable?
I brought plenty of people, and we all have the best weapons our ship has. Why don't you stick to being a doctor, and I'll focus on the security, all right?
If you're so great at security, Nivu, how come we're lost?
Our party took a hit
Because we didn't prepare as well as the captain ordered us to, and now we're going to have to tell him that we failed, because we weren't prepared. We didn't listen to him, and we're going to get punished for that.
Well, let's draw rocks to decide who gets to call the ship and tell the captain we screwed up. Everyone, get your rocks.
How about we forget the rocks, and you just do it instead?
Get that away from my face, you idiot! Do you know what will happen to you if you don't? We'll make Ensign Falco do it instead. They're the lowest ranked after all. It's either that or get killed.
Computer, begin recording message. Juliet 4 is home to a base of weak-minded individuals who believe they can resist the Empire. But they're foolish. No one can resist the Empire and live. Computer, pause message. This better be a report! You're requesting permission now? You shouldn't even be done yet. That assignment was supposed to take a lot longer. Was the away team successful in their mission? Did I stutter? Answer my question. Ensign Falco, would you prefer a session in the agony booth to loosen your tongue? Or will you answer my damn question? Was the away team successful in their mission to find and kill off the resistance cell? Lieutenant Falco, at attention, now!
Sir? What can I do for you?
Lieutenant Falco, answer my question. And no more games. Was the away team successful in their mission to find and kill the resistance that was hiding on the planet below?
Sir? I don't know. Sir? I don't know!
Lieutenant, why don't you just answer him? Why do you have to avoid the question and whine like a weakling? Don't be weak.
Will a phaser set to kill and pointed at your head motivate you to talk? Or would you prefer a knife in the throat?
Falco, speak. Speak, damn you.
Oh.
Really, Captain, killing an ensign for being stupid is a waste of perfectly good resources.
Sir, was killing Lieutenant Falco really necessary? That's the 5th lieutenant you've killed this week.
Snyder, don't question the captain's judgment. He knows what's best.
That's right, Miss French. I do. Strange that not everybody acknowledges that. Lieutenant Snyder, please clean up that mess immediately. And do not question me again, or I'll transfer you to a less lenient captain. I will not tolerate insubordination on my ship under any circumstances. Is that understood?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Sir?
Would you like to add to today's body count with your own corpse, Doyle? Be silent and attend to your duties unless you want to join Snyder in the booth or Falco in the afterlife.
Ensign Allen.
Killing stupid ensigns is not a waste of Imperial resources, nor is killing an ensign who dares accuse me of wasting said resources. Does anyone else have anything utterly useless to say? If so, speak up so I can kill you now and get it over with. I'm rather busy today.
This is Commander Camarta, sir.
Commander Camarta, was the away team successful on their mission to kill the cell?
Sir, we can come tell you personally. We have just beamed back on board.
You can tell me now. Was the away team a success, Commander?
It was not, Captain. I can explain why.
No explanations of your failure will change or erase the fact that you still failed, Commander. You failed a reasonably easy assignment. All you had to do was kill a tiny rebel cell, and you couldn't even do that. A visit to the booth at the end of your away mission will be a reminder to all of you to stop being failures. All of you report to the booth for a full session immediately. When you're done, meet me in the briefing room so I can show you exactly how you all screwed up.
Why did you have to kill Ensign Celio, sir?
Because I felt like it, Snyder. Get out! Computer. Record message. The mission to Juliet 4 was a failure. The away team was a failure. Send message. The Empire has lasted for hundreds of years. Hundreds! It is beautiful, glorious, and strong. A mighty empire, however, can crumble in an instant if a weak element is introduced to its foundation. Today, you all became the weak elements of my ship when you failed this mission. You all look pretty roughed up from your sessions in the booths. How did your time in there feel?
Painful, sir. Very painful. I have not experienced the full session in a while. I admit, Captain, it's different being on the receiving end of it. I'm usually the one monitoring others as they undergo sessions.
That was quite a bit rougher than hand-to-hand combat, sir.
I've been through worse, sir, to be honest.
Oh, really, Commander? Would you like to go back in for another session?
No, sir. My apologies.
Ha! Now I can see why you didn't take any extra security with you on your away mission. You didn't intend to fight and win, did you? You didn't even fight or just pretend to fight, so you looked good to me in the Empire. A word of advice, Commander. Pretenders get killed faster than anyone in this godforsaken game of life. Because the Empire has absolutely no use for those who waste time. Time is precious, almost sacred.
Sir, with all due respect, I did take extra security. We got overpowered and my men got killed by the resistance cell. The cell had better defenses than we anticipated.
Do not lie to me, Commander. Any officers under my command are not that weak. For you all to be defeated by a tiny resistance cell on a backwater world like Juliet 4 is impossible. If such weakness existed in the Empire, the Emperor would surely snuff them out and their captain in half of a heartbeat.
Perhaps things didn't happen that way, sir. Perhaps my security officers talked of defecting from the Empire and tried to kill myself, Lieutenant Andrejevic, Commander Delvalle, and Commander Camarta once we arrived to show they were serious. And perhaps that assassination attempt distracted us long enough that the resistance cell was able to act and escape before we could kill them. We ended up killing my men out of loyalty to the Empire instead.
Perhaps things did happen that way, Commander Nivu. Is there something on your mind?
I'm just worried about getting in trouble with the Empire for allowing that resistance cell to escape, sir.
The names of the deceased officers will forever be disgraced because it will appear in official records that they died after being caught betraying the Empire. Besides, the cell didn't get that far. You will have a chance to rectify your mistake.
Do you know where they are, sir?
I know everything.
Captain, you're being hailed.
I'm being hailed? Personally?
Yes, sir.
Sound red alert! This is the captain speaking. Everyone to the bridge. If you're in a booth, get out and come here as soon as you are. Next time you face the resistance cell, you better kill every last one of them. Or else I'll do more than just put you in the agony booth. Understand? Everyone take your stations and do not speak unless I order it. Androjevic, put the message on screen.
Captain, it is intended for your eyes
Do
only.
you want another session in the booth for refusing an order?
Sir, it's from Imperial Starfleet.
What do they want now? Send it to my ready room at once. Helm, while I'm taking this call, I want you to do me a favor. Set a course to these coordinates and engage at warp 5. It should take us a while to get there. You're going to an early grave, Mr. Snyder, if you do not shut up and do as I say. Engage. Do not bother me while I'm talking to Imperial Starfleet. Computer on screen. Vice Admiral Challa.
Captain Ramirez, we need to talk.
What can I do for you and the Empire, Vice Admiral?
I'll get right to the point, Captain. Imperial Starfleet has noticed you. Specifically, the right people in Imperial Starfleet have noticed you, and all the work you have done for the Empire. I've been authorized to tell you that after your first tour is done, you'll be given the job of Inquisitor in addition to your current job. If you keep doing exemplary work, that is.
Admiral Challa, I'm speechless.
A first for you, Denol. I think this is the first time in your life that you haven't had an opinion about something. Anyway, just be aware that the Empire will be monitoring your work extra closely from now on because they want to make sure you measure up. Challa out.
Counselor Ybarra, this is Captain Ramirez. Are you busy?
Captain, I am never too busy for you. What do you need?
I am in need of a private counseling session in my quarters.
And when would you like this private counseling session, Captain?
Right away, Counselor. If you have the time.
I always have time to counsel the Captain, especially when he is in dire need of it. I'll meet you in your quarters immediately, sir.
I'll see you there. Why is the door locked? Computer, open this door! Captain to bridge. I'm trapped in my ready room. The door won't open! Get me out now or I'll break this door down with my bare hands and kill whoever locked it! Is that gas? Bridge! Somebody! There's gas filling the ready room! Get me out! No!
Captain, this is 2 of 11. I'm on my way to the bridge with my tools and some help. I recommend you remain calm and attempt to identify the gas that...
Scan my ready room! Bridge! I think it's sedative. Starting to feel sleepy.
Captain, it is imperative that you do not fall asleep.
I can't help it.
Captain Ramirez? Captain Ramirez, respond!
Denol? I mean, Captain Ramirez? Can you hear me?
I think so. Ybarra? Counselor, I was in my ready room. What happened?
I don't know. I'm just relieved you made it out alive and came back to me.
Hey, this is a sick bay, not a kissing booth. Save your playtime for your quarters.
Doctor, what happened? How did I get from the ready room to here? Who got me out?
That Borg of ours flipped out when she got to the bridge and she broke the door to your ready room down in a hurry. Whatever knocked you out was nearly gone, but sciences did get a sample. It was a sedative gas, like you said, and you inhaled quite a bit of it. Another half hour and you would have been asleep permanently.
I know it was sedative gas, Doctor. What I don't know is why it was filling my ready room and locked.
I'm a doctor, not a detective. Security's working on investigating, but it could be that someone's trying to kill you.
Do I have to put the whole ship in the booth just to get some answers around here?
It can wait till you're back on duty. You're on medical leave to recover as of now.
I actually need a counseling section in my quarters. It has more privacy than sick bay.
Just don't overdo it. You're well enough to go as long as you take it easy.
Counselor, would you care to help me to my quarters?
Right away, Captain. Here's some herbal tea for you, Denol. The herb should help get the rest of the gas out of your system.
Thank you, Yamara. You know, I got to test this, don't you? I never eat or drink anything without testing it. You mind passing me the test kit? You know where it is.
Of course. Here's your kit. Given that you were almost sedated to death in your ready room, I understand your need to test substances now. So, was what Dr. Delvalle said true? Was someone trying to assassinate you? If they were, why?
I got a message from Vice Admiral Challa earlier. She said that I'm in line to receive the post of Inquisitor if I keep doing well as captain. Apparently, the Emperor thinks me suitable enough for such an honor.
I'm so happy for you, Denol. You truly deserve such an honor for all the hard work you've done for the Empire. Wherever you go to do the job, I'll miss you.
Yamara, the job would be in addition to this current one. I won't be going anywhere. But I find it comforting to know you care so much about me. Out of everyone on this ship, I know you're the only one who doesn't have a knife at my back.
I really do care about you, Denol.
Well, if I get appointed to the position of Inquisitor, I'm going to need a little more care and attention. I'll need you as more than just my counselor. I'll perhaps need you as my wife.
Denol, is that a proposal?
If I was proposing to you, Yamara, what would you say?
Being the wife of the Imperial Inquisitor would be quite a lucrative thing, and being your wife would be even more lucrative. You know I would say yes, Denol.
Oh, that is a beautiful response. Come here, you. I think we need to play a little. Yamara, if this is about that snake, I got rid of him. I fed some lazy crewmen to him, then fixed him up in a tank in a science lab because I need motivation to behave in there.
This is not about the snake. The wall across from us is turning red, Denol.
Red, get out of here! Now!
It appears that a phaser was programmed to overload and was hidden inside this wall panel, Captain. Had Counselor Zabara not identified it when she did, you two would have been caught within the explosion.
Another assassination attempt on the same day.
It appears so, Captain. This is a concerning pattern. 2 assassinations in one day. That's not normal behavior around here. Those around here only try to kill their superiors once a day because it distracts them from their duties otherwise and gets them punished.
Enough rambling, Commander. Any information about the previous attempt yet?
I'm afraid not, sir.
Obviously, there were assassination attempts, but why would anyone want to assassinate me right now? I haven't done anything to warrant such action. Lately.
What happened? I heard the noise and decided to follow the sound to see if there was anything I could do to help.
Lieutenant Watts, are you all right? You seem...
I'm fine, Counselor. I'm just shaken from what I heard.
Everyone's shaken from it. Lieutenant, perhaps...
Lieutenant Watts, I could use your assistance in repairing Captain Ramirez's quarters. It was damaged in an explosion that was caused by an overloading phaser placed in a wall panel. Where are your on-duty tools, Lieutenant?
I only just heard the sound and followed it, Commander. I didn't have time to grab them.
It is very unlike you to be negligent in your duties and to be unprepared, Lieutenant.
I can go grab them from my quarters and come back.
I think getting your tools from your quarters would be a very good idea, Lieutenant Watts. And change into some work suit before you come back so you don't dirty your work clothes. All right? Go.
Yes, Captain. Right away.
Commander Nivu, I think we need a senior staff meeting to discuss my little issue. I may have to figure out who's trying to kill me, but I need help proving it.
Two chicken soups and herbal teas.
Counselor Jabara? Counselor, are you crying? What's happened?
The captain, he just collapsed on the bridge.
He collapsed?
Apparently, he was a lot more injured from the explosion in his quarters than we or Dr. Delvalle thought. The captain's currently in sickbay and will be there for the near future. So I thought I'd bring him something since he hates sickbay cuisine.
I'm so sorry to hear about the captain, Counselor. Is there anything I can do to help either of you?
No, Lieutenant. Just having you listen to me and give me comfort is help enough. I should get back, just in case the captain takes a turn for the worse.
I'm not a killer. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm not a killer.
So, Captain, it seems we did learn something from your order to bug her quarters after all.
Of course we did. I knew we would. My plans, when they're followed properly, always work.
And now, given what we know, what are your thoughts?
A bastard, huh? Very strong language and actions from such a petite and timid little girl.
I'm surprised at Lieutenant Watts. She's always been a loyal one to you. Suddenly wanting to kill you isn't like her. She's comfortable, as far as I know. This isn't normal behavior for her.
It's normal for people seeking a promotion. Everyone, no matter how comfortable they get, eventually gets the itch to be promoted. And they know the only way to get promoted here is to kill.
What Lieutenant Commander Nivu means is that he believes Lieutenant Watts does not possess the intelligence to attempt an assassination on her own.
Right. Lieutenant Watts isn't capable of doing something like this by herself. I don't think.
I sense that she received her orders from a loved one who is teaching her to hate. I also sense she wants to stop what she's doing. But she's being intimidated by the person who directed her to act this way. She's being intimidated against her will.
Captain, I suggest we catch Lieutenant Watts in the act.
You want to use me as bait, Commander? What if she kills me this time?
No harm will come to you, Captain. I promise. We'll set up a plan that will catch Watts before she harms you. And then, the counselor will get her to confess.
Very well. What's her plan?
Alexandra! Is this what you called me to your quarters for? You look amazing. That dress does... Does anyone know you have it besides me? Is that what you bought during our raid of the Pleasure Planet last summer?
Well, Caddy, I actually stole it when the vendor wasn't looking. We haven't spent any time together in a while, Cadmus. And I miss you. I thought we could have some private time together.
Alexandra, as much as I want to spend time with you, I have to do some reports and... Ooh. Oh. Alexandra!
Just for a little while. Let's have a moment. Just a moment. I have a pleasant surprise for you. That'll just make you forget your responsibilities to everyone and everything. But pure pleasure.
Oh! I'm so tired. What's the surprise? It's been a while since I've had some pleasure.
Close your eyes, Cadmus. Don't open them until I tell you.
My eyes are closed.
I'm sorry, Cadmus, but I need your uniform to finish what I was asked to do. I do hope you have a pleasant rest. You certainly earned one with all the hard work you've done over the last little while. I'm sorry. I hope you'll forgive me. Someday.
Who's there? I smell is that herbal tea I smell?
Yes, Captain. Yes, it is.
Well, nurse, I can't exactly move. Could you feed it to me?
You have long arms, Captain. Surely you can use your arms to feed yourself.
These, nurse, I need the tea. My throat is very dry. I pass out from coughing too much.
I can't, sir. I'll replicate you some water. The tea might not be suitable for you and your condition.
Why not?
Because I poisoned it, and it will kill you if you drink it, Captain. I'm so sorry.
Computer, lights.
Your little operation is over, Lieutenant.
What?
This closed interrogation of Lieutenant Alexandra Watts began at 1845 hours in the office of Counselor Zybara and shall remain off all official ship records. Captain, are you sure you want it off of official records?
Yes, Commander Nivu. If the Empire gets wind of this, they may send someone to deal with what could be very valuable source of information for me. I want a record of it where only I can have access to it. Anyone present will be ordered to forget about it outside of this room, or else.
Understood, sir. As I was dictating, this interrogation is being witnessed
Lieutenant
by...
Watts, stop shaking. Counselor, can you calm her?
If you would all be quiet and stop treating this so intensely, perhaps she will feel more comfortable sharing her story. Go to your ready room and let me talk to her alone.
All right. Nivu, Delvalle, 2. Let's go. You know, if it was anyone else asking.
You wouldn't authorize it, I know. Thank you for allowing me the space to talk to Lieutenant Watts alone, Captain. All right, Lieutenant Watts. Now that they're gone, do you feel like talking?
I feel like crying.
Why? What are you feeling?
Can't you sense what I'm feeling? I didn't want to try and kill the captain. I don't enjoy killing living things. That's why I went into engineering. Engineers fix things. Such a misfit in my family.
Is your desire to fit in with your family perhaps why you tried to kill Captain Ramiri?
I don't want the captain dead. I admire him. He selected me to serve on his ship because he saw potential in me, even when others saw me as weak. I was mocked a lot at the academy because I hated killing anyone, you see.
Your behavior doesn't match with what you say, Lieutenant. You say you admire the captain, but yet you've been trying to kill him. It doesn't make sense.
I was ordered to do it.
By whom, Lieutenant?
By a member of my family who was jealous of what the captain was going to become.
Well, Lieutenant, are you ready to talk?
Yes, Captain. I was ordered to assassinate you by my aunt, Vice Admiral Olivia Challa. She was jealous you were chosen to someday get the post of Inquisitor.
What? Vice Admiral Challa told you to kill Captain Rummery. Wasn't she the one who passed on the Emperor's orders to him?
Interesting.
Interesting and totally fictional, too.
I sensed no deception from Lieutenant Watts when I was talking with her, Captain.
Now that I think about it, Vice Admiral Challa acted awfully strange with me when she was telling me about the Inquisitor position. Much as I hate to say it, I actually believe you, Lieutenant.
But if this is true, Captain, how do we handle it? Going up against a Vice Admiral?
Watts, I'm confused about something. Why would Vice Admiral Challa be jealous of me? She's a Vice Admiral and she's never wanted the position as far as I know.
But my father, who is her younger brother, he's wanted to be the Inquisitor for as long as I can remember. She called me in a fit of rage earlier today and said that I needed to handle you because you stood between my father and the post of Inquisitor. My father, you see, he was considered and ultimately passed over because he wasn't the right type for that job. His loyalty was too questionable. My aunt has asked me to take care of you, so my father would get the job instead.
Your aunt is a foolish woman, Lieutenant, but you're smart enough to realize that you know where your loyalty should lie. I'm frankly amused that you're betraying your own father in favor of me, your captain.
I see you as more of a father than my biological one, sir.
I'm flattered. I need your help, Lieutenant. I need you to expose your aunt for the traitor that she is. If she's willing to betray her family and try to kill me, I'm positive she's willing to do that to anyone. That, my dear Lieutenant, is a precursor to treason. And treason is a crime in the Empire. The Emperor needs to be warned about her.
I don't know if I'm strong enough to do that, sir. My aunt is quite powerful.
Under my leadership, Lieutenant, you will become strong enough. A visit to the booth at the end of your little escapade is the first step to making you stronger, wiser, and braver than the current version of yourself. Don't you agree, Lieutenant?
Yes. Yes, sir. Oh! One more thing.
Yes.
Someone should look in on Esposito. I sort of sedated him in his quarters and stole his uniform before I tried to kill you in sickbay. I hope I didn't give him too much sedative.
Ha! You could go apologize personally to him after your session in the booth. 2, Delvalle, Nivu, go supervise her session and go help her clean up her mess with Esposito. Make it a full session, please.
And now we're alone. Do you think Lieutenant Watts will grow and learn from this experience?
That's up to her. You know, Yubara, I never did get an answer.
An answer?
To my proposal.
I'll marry you, eventually. When you're not so married to this ship. It's a busy job, being captain.
I'll probably always be married to this ship. After this situation, though, I realize I'm going to need your support more than ever. We don't have to be married today. I get that. But we should at least talk about it. Whether I'm just captain, or captain and Inquisitor, or nothing at all, I'll always still love you. I'll still need and want you as my support, and as my wife.
And I'll still love you even when I'm not counselor anymore. How are you feeling about everything that happened today? Tell me honestly.
Like I wanted answered. This has been quite a dangerous day for me, Mara. I really fought for my life today, and I came out of that fight realizing that I'm lonely. Being married to the ship and crew is dangerous, especially because I'm alone. And I don't want to be alone anymore. Isolation is just as dangerous as being a captain or as being an Inquisitor is. Hell, it might even be more dangerous. I need your support. Now and forever.
I'll be your support, and give you support now and forever, Denol. As long as you will have me, I will be yours. Whenever we can figure things out, I'll marry you.
I love you, Yubara.
I love you, Denol Ramiri.
Come in. My head hurts so badly. I should go to sickbay. Cadmus. I'm sorry.
Alex, let me speak first, please. I was just cleared by sickbay and Delvalle told me what happened. All of it. Can't believe. I can't believe you manipulated me. Using our relationship to do it and then knocked me out with drugs? What if he'd given me too much of that sedative or a spiked drug? I could have died or woken up brain damaged.
Can we have this conversation later, Cadmus? I'm not feeling well.
Why are you holding your head? Was the booth too much for you? I thought you were stronger than that.
I have a little headache. Can you come cuddle me, Caddy? It'll help.
You should go see Dr. Delvalle if you're not well, Lex. If this is just a ploy for me to cuddle you, it's not... Oh, God! Lex, you said it was just a headache. What's going on? Did the booth?
The booth brought on the headache, but I haven't been feeling well for a while.
I can't order you to sickbay because you outrank me, but will you please let me take you? I don't like seeing you sick. Come on, let's go to sickbay.
The headache, and the vomiting, And anxiety could be brought on by your recent session in the booth, Lieutenant Watts. But your neural readings are concerning. It's almost as if your brain was attacked.
It was.
What? No. What are you talking about?
Esposito, be quiet or get out. I'm the doctor, and I'll ask the questions. Lieutenant Watts, what do you mean?
I was mentally violated by someone who's an unregistered telepath. A few weeks ago, I was contacted by my aunt, Admiral Challa, and she implied that news would be coming down from the top for someone on my ship, and she needed me to deal with that person. Well, you know what dealing with someone means.
Your aunt is an unregistered telepath? She appears human, and she used her telepathy to manipulate you to try and kill your captain? If all that is true, Lieutenant, your aunt is guilty of violating the Imperial Charter. As you already know, all those with mental abilities of any kind must register them with the Empire, so they can be carefully monitored. Those with mental abilities are not allowed to use them on people without permission from the Empire. Lieutenant, just try and take a deep breath. I'll take care of you, I promise.
Excuse me.
Ensign.
Captain, this is Ensign Esposito. I need to speak with you immediately. It's urgent.
Ensign, you said it was urgent. Was it true, or are you just bored and needing a little extra attention?
Alexandra, Lieutenant Watts, is in sickbay. I visited her in her quarters not too long ago. She complained of a headache and puked on her carpet.
You forgave what she did to you already, Espo? That's why you're still an ensign. Your heart is too soft.
I haven't forgiven her yet. I wanted to talk to her about everything, but she cut me off, saying she was sick. Sir, she said she was mentally violated by an unregistered telepath weeks ago.
An unregistered telepath? Come on, Esposito. No such thing exists. Everyone who has telepathic powers has to register their powers and be monitored. You know that.
Lieutenant Watts said it was her aunt. I believe her, Captain.
Do you realize how many conditions of the Imperial Charter that Admiral Challa is violating if this is true?
Delvalle went on quite a rant about it, actually, Captain Ramiri. Because unregistered telepaths create more work for medical staff. The abilities that telepaths have to manipulate and damage minds isn't something that doctors can fix easily. Before the Empire implemented the regulations on telepaths, a lot of damage was done to good officers by mental assaults from wild telepaths. Anyway, I hope Lieutenant Watts is okay. As terrible as her behavior was, I do hope she isn't permanently damaged. She's useful.
Esposito, why did you come to see me just now?
To tell you that Alex was attacked, sir.
And why did you come to tell me that?
Because I care about her, sir.
Then don't question whether or not she is useful. It may take you time to forgive her for the hurt she's caused you, but don't rule it out entirely. You care about her, and you provide her that because you came straight to me as soon as you learned she was hurt. That, Ensign, is a sign that you care. Either way, I need to figure out how to deal with this without tapping the Admiral off. Wait a moment. I have an idea. I'll need your help, Esposito. I'll need everyone's help.
With what?
Digging Admiral Challa's grave by pretending to need one first.
Admiral on deck. Honor guard at attention.
At ease, everyone. This is an occasion that doesn't require such formalities. Thank you for escorting me to the cargo bay for the viewing, Commander Camarta. I am very sorry to hear of the sudden death of Captain Ramiri.
It was a shock to us all, Vice Admiral Challa.
How did he die? His cause of death was not listed in the announcement the Empire received, and the Emperor is curious.
Dr. Delvalle is standing guard over the casket, Admiral. He will have the details from the autopsy.
When is the service? I would like to pay my respects. I wrote a speech fitting for the captain.
The captain didn't want a funeral, Admiral. Just a viewing. We'll ship him out into space later. Most of the crew are still on duty, but the senior staff will take turns standing guard over him when they are not on duty, just to make sure nobody disrespects or destroys the body.
Ah, Captain Ramiri. You were taken from us so soon. Such a tragedy. Dr. Delvalle, what happened exactly?
The captain was in sickbay, recovering from injuries he received when someone tried to kill him by putting an overloaded phaser in his quarters. While he was resting, one of my staff brought him a drink that was poisoned. He drank it and died before I could do anything. I was in my office working, and I wasn't fast enough to save him.
So the assassin remains uncaught.
Security has been investigating the incident, but
But the Empire wants answers. What do you two think you're doing? Holding hands at a viewing? Have you no respect for the dead?
My apologies, Admiral, but we are in a romantic relationship and we are grieving the loss of our captain together. Public displays of affection are allowed at ceremonies honoring crew who have died. My apologies, Admiral.
Oh, you two are in a relationship, are you? Young man, since you are in a relationship with this young lady, may I introduce you to her as my niece? Her name is Alexandra Watts, and she is lieutenant in engineering on this ship. Very talented young lady. And who, may I ask, are you?
Ensign Cadmus Esposito, Admiral. I'm an ensign in the science department.
I'm a vice admiral, actually, ensign. Can you not see my pips? Are you too blind to show me the respect I'm due as vice admiral? Stupid boy. Anyway. Alexandra. It's a relief that you found someone, but must you date someone of a lower rank? Do you know how it will look on the family, dear?
With the captain dead, everyone will move up in rank, Admiral, including Ensign Esposito. He is quite high up on the promotion list, you know.
Oh, really? Alexandra, you simply must host me for a meal once this little mockery of a wake is over so I can get to know your recent acquisition better.
Of course, Admiral.
You are less nervous than when I last saw you. Our talk must have done you some good. Anyway, 1800 hours in the mess hall then. Use whatever fine china and fine cuisine that this death trap has. Is someone able to show me to my quarters?
Is there a problem, Vice Admiral Challa?
It's been a long journey, and I'm tired. I do have quarters, correct?
I can show you to your quarters, or I can call one of my officers.
Oh, can you?
My apologies, Admiral. I have to go greet the counselor.
Is that officer wearing a collar?
No, Admiral. That officer is Counselor Zybara, and she was the captain's woman. She is wearing a necklace that the captain gave her as a gift during the course of their relationship. It is her way of mourning her loss.
Captains' women are nothing more than consorts, and consorts do not have the right to wear jewelry with their dress uniform. No matter. When your next CO takes over, that filthy consort will learn her place.
And who will our next CO be, Admiral?
That is not an appropriate topic of conversation for a memorial viewing. Please escort me to my quarters. I am in need of a rest.
Right this way, Vice Admiral Challa.
She's absolutely...
I would advise you keep yourself in check. She can sense many things.
Lieutenant, are you all right? I sense...
I am well enough, Counselor. I have to be, given the circumstances. I highly suggest we get on with things as they are. I need to go and prepare for dinner this evening.
Allow me to assist you with that. It's only proper that I'm helping you anyway, and we could use some time alone together.
All right.
This food and tableware isn't very impressive.
With all due respect, Admiral, the captain had very little time to use the fine tableware himself. He was much too busy to do more than eat off the dishes the rest of the crew used.
And that's why he's dead. I heard he died because a drink of his was poisoned. If he didn't use the common tableware, perhaps this would not have happened. At least you had the sense to prepare the fine tableware for me, Alexandra. I can't say much for this food, sadly. The next commanding officer will have to reprogram the replicators to produce better food, or invest in some galley slaves.
And just who will the next commanding officer be, Admiral?
Well, I was asked to keep it a secret until the Emperor officially announced it, but she also said I could tell family members in private settings if I wanted to. Given the fact that I was your captain's direct supervisor when he was alive and was his honored mentor, I personally offered to take command of this vessel until such time as the Empire can find a suitable replacement, and the Emperor accepted my offer. My appointment should be officially announced very soon. I'm not just here for a visit, you see. I'm here permanently.
Oh, you have that part right, Vice Admiral Challa. You are here permanently, and you will never leave this ship again. You and your telepathic powers will be dealt with here and now, and you will never be allowed to torture anyone with them, or try to kill me ever again.
You! I thought you were dead! I ordered Alexandra to poison your tea.
You also ordered her to try and kill me with a sedative gas, and by putting an overloaded phaser in my quarters. Oh, you manipulated her mind to be weak enough to accept your orders, you disgusting little unregistered telepath.
Alexandra, you disgusting little traitor! How dare you betray your family to your captain! How dare you betray me to the Empire! Family is supposed to come first.
You are not my family! How dare you assault my mind with your telepathic defect, Aunt Olivia, and push me to try and assassinate my captain when he's been there for me more than you or any of my own family has.
Keep your filthy hands off my crew. I will slice you into shreds with this broken wine glass.
How dare you speak to an admiral that way? I'll have you demoted back to ensign for your disloyalty.
You will be the one who's demoted for a breach of regulations, Admiral. Your failure to register your telepathic powers makes you a disloyal threat to the Empire. That is worthy of a charge of treason.
What are you going to do, Denol? Arrest and charge me? The Empire won't believe that I'm capable of treason. They'll think you're just acting up because you're practicing for when you get the Inquisitor job. But I'll make them believe that you are too unstable to get the job.
Computer! Lights! What do you see in that upper corner of the dining room, Admiral?
Is that a camera?
When I came up with this little plan, I had a security camera installed here to record your little confession. I insisted that Lieutenant Watts and Ensign Esposito share a meal in here, so that the camera could be planted and record your interaction. There was also a camera at my fake funeral.
You psychotic...
Just shut up for once in your life, you controlling old hag.
Lieutenant!
How dare you speak to me like that? And how dare you hit me? I'm your aunt and your superior officer.
You are no family of mine, traitor. The Empire became my family when I enlisted in the Imperial Academy. The day I got accepted, you and my father literally threw me in the freezing cold lake and told me I was going to drown in the Academy's tough waters because I was weak.
I think, Lieutenant, you are swimming quite well despite your aunt's attempts to drown you. Well, my dear Olivia Challa, it is time for your day of reckoning. You have two choices: instant death or a humiliating trial with no doubt leading to institutionalization and an eventual public execution. What do you want? It is only because I am nice that I am letting you choose.
Holy! Get me off of this dining table, now, Alexandra! Get your hands off me this instant, or I'll call your father to come and deal with you like he did when you were a weak little child. Alexandra, come now. Sweet child. You don't want to hurt me. Sweet child, can't you feel that I'm already at your mercy?
Stop trying to manipulate my mind. I can feel you poking around in there.
As much fun as it is to watch you throw your aunt on the table and choke her, Lieutenant, I don't want you being charged by the Empire for murdering a Vice Admiral. Let her go, please. There are more proper ways to deal with this. Thank you for coming. You see, Lieutenant, I'd rather have all the useful information assimilated out of your aunt and given to the Empire as a present than let you murder her in cold blood before we can get anything useful out of her.
Understood, Captain. Would you like me to watch?
I would actually like you to participate in the process and assist 2 of 11 in the assimilation. 2, please explain to Lieutenant Watts what you will be doing as you do it. And try not to kill the Vice Admiral before the proper moment.
So you don't even have the balls to kill me yourself, Denol?
Resistance is futile, Vice Admiral Challa.
You are not mine to kill. I will be watching along with the rest of the ship as you're slowly tortured into a blubbering pile of waste. Once 2 gets all of the useful information out of you, I'll leave it to Lieutenant Watts to deliver the killing blow any way she deems fit because of what you did to her to get to me. She did attempt to follow your orders, yes, but she gave you up in the end. And that proves where her loyalties really lie. It was stupid of you to hit me, Admiral. I'd much rather do this in sickbay, but I can't take the chance of you escaping between here and there. I guess it's time to invite the other guests to this little party. Delvalle, it's time. Doctor, the paralytic, the Admiral's ready. Begin your work, 2. Lieutenant, while you watch 2 extract information from your dear aunt, you could think about how you might want to administer the death. Have you ever killed anyone before?
No, sir. I have thought about it, though. I mean, I've wanted to think about it, but I've been too scared of the consequences I'd face for my family if I got it wrong.
We are your family now, Lieutenant. Have you found anything yet, too?
The Admiral is resisting my attempts to assimilate information from her. She is trying to shield her mind from me. Perhaps this is not an effective means to extract information.
I will resist you with my every last breath, you filthy Borg. I am strong.
I hope you feel exactly what I felt when I tried to resist your manipulation, you monstrous old hag. You will get what you deserve now. And I promise to give my father what he deserves later.
I have finally accessed some information that will be useful to you, Captain.
Excellent. 2, do your worst. Lieutenant, walk with me for a moment. Esposito, you keep watching. You'll learn something from this experience, I'm sure.
Yes, sir.
Lieutenant, as admirable as you wanting to destroy your abusive family is, you're not ready to do that. You're still too vulnerable from this experience and the mental torture you have suffered because of your aunt. You will be even more vulnerable once she's dead, because she has a lot of friends who will no doubt take their anger out on you for what you have done by betraying her. You need to smarten up.
Do you think there are other corrupt people like her in the Empire? Unregistered telepaths, I mean.
You will be held responsible for your aunt's death. You have to smarten up or you will be killed. You'd better give me your loyalty or you might end up exactly like that pile of mess that your aunt has become. I can only help you if you give me your loyalty.
My loyalty?
Very good, Lieutenant. You quickly understand my price. However, I'm not just talking about immediate loyalty. I'm talking about long-term loyalty. When I eventually become Inquisitor, I will need a dedicated support system behind me, including you.
I'll remain loyal to you as long as I am alive, sir.
Good. Shall we go back inside to see the rest of the show and the grand finale?
Captain, may I deliver the death blow? As a thank you for all that she did to me.
You may.
And I didn't even come by it honestly. I seduced my way to the top.
What's happening?
I am uncertain, Captain. She just suddenly began to babble random bits of what I presume is confidential information. Dr. Delvalle is monitoring her vital signs. Should I cease assimilation and record what I've collected?
She could be faking it. She's always had a flair for the dramatic. How much longer does this witch have to be alive for?
That is completely in your hands. Since you want to deliver the killing blow, you can decide when this all ends. Here, take my knife, and do what you want with it. I know you broke yours last week during a fight at the mess hall.
You know how to fight.
I knew you were faking it. You're such an overdramatic old hag.
How did you know she was faking it, Lieutenant?
Because faking weakness was her way of getting my parents to do things for her at my expense when I was younger. Did you get all the information out of her you wanted yet? Because I'm getting bored with her continued existence. She's such an awful human being that I want her dead sooner rather than later.
This Borg is nothing more than a worthless robot slave.
My life is not the one being drained out of my body. Yours is.
I'm bored with this. I've actually been wanting to kill you for years, Aunt Olivia. I've just never had the courage until now.
Captain, my knowledge and I are more valuable to you alive. Captain, perhaps we could discuss it in your quarters?
You're absolutely disgusting for trying to seduce your way out of this. When you started all this by trying to end the captain's life, and you deserve to die here and now. With your permission, sir?
Very well. 2 of 11, cease assimilation and step back. Delvalle, step back. You're a rather clean killer for someone who's never killed before, Lieutenant Watts. Not even a drop of blood on the carpet.
I suppose I am, Captain. I can't believe she's gone.
If you need time to grieve, or someone to talk to, I can get the counselor.
No, Doctor. I need to cleanse the stink off of her from me. Captain, this request may seem a little odd, but may I have a session in the booth? I feel like a session in the booth at the end of this experience will help me start to get back to my old self and help me prepare for what's to come.
I wouldn't advise resorting to self-harm as a way to feel better after killing someone.
Shut it, Delvalle. Lieutenant, if you feel like you need time and the booth will help you recover, I will grant your request, but not a full session. Only a half session, that's my final word. And your session will be supervised by the dear doctor over here. Once you've rested, I expect you to talk to the counselor about this experience, and you will be punished if I find you've disobeyed my orders. Am I clear?
Crystal, sir.
You and the doctor are dismissed.
Captain, may I go watch Alexandra's session too?
Why?
I want to make sure she's all right. Sir, what you said about care and forgiveness, sir, it may take me some time for me to forgive her, but I don't want to rule it out entirely.
Ah, I see. Go on. Joe and I can clean this mess ourselves.
What do you propose we do with Admiral Challa's body, Captain?
Put it on display in a public spot as a reminder that there will be consequences for trying to kill me. Maybe in the rec room, so everyone can practice darts with it. After a week or two, people will have hopefully learned how to behave themselves. By then, the Emperor will know of Challa's murder, and may want the body for her collection. So we'll send it along, and then we'll send the Emperor after Watts' family for hiding Challa's telepathic powers.
Captain, this is not a humorous matter. You were witness to the murder of an admiral in the Imperial Starfleet. That may result in terrible consequences for many.
What information did you get from her? Anything useful?
It was certainly good she died when she did, sir, but she is not the only corrupt individual in the higher ranks of the Empire. Shall I go make notes of what I assimilated?
Please do. And bring the notes to my ready room when they're ready. I'll deal with this mess myself. You're dismissed, Admiral Challa. May you rest in pieces. You have been listening to Renewal, a Star Trek fan production. Episode 8, The Booth at the End. Written by Heather Leigh Cameron. The cast of this episode features the voice talents of Andrew Goering as Inquisitor Denol Armiri, Abigail Laurelle as Commander Camarta, Jason Markiewitz as Dr. Adam Delvalle, Max Noble as Lieutenant Commander Nivu Zohar, Jason Wolfey as Lieutenant Snyder, Austin Clark as Ensign Simon Holden, Turinator as Ensign Bridges, Julie Marie-Paret as the computer, EllaGVA as 2 of 11, superiorpotato as Ensign and Lieutenant Falco, Heather Leigh Cameron as Lieutenant French, and Mazzface as Vice Admiral Olivia Challa. The episode was edited by Chase C, and the music was composed by EllaGVA Music. Renewal, a Star Trek fan production, was created by Andrew Goering and Aaron McDonald, based on Star Trek The Next Generation by Gene Roddenberry, and Star Trek Online, developed by Cryptic Games. No rights infringement intended. Subscribe to this production wherever you get your podcasts, and subscribe to Riftpoint's YouTube channel, or follow us on social media at the links in the episode description. We hope you enjoyed it, and we hope to see you again, next time in the Rift. Star Trek and all related marks, logos, and characters are owned by Viacom CBS Incorporated. Riftpoint Productions, website, promotion, and/or any exhibition of material created by Riftpoint Productions are not endorsed, sponsored, or affiliated with Viacom CBS or the Star Trek franchise.